Can I make a video production company with $0? I hope so. To be fair, it's not coming from a complete $0. I've actually been making videos the last 3 to 4 years under the name Lost Minds Visuals. I've been able to do music videos, animations, and short films for local film festivals with my friends.
Are you for cereal?
Okay. Catch up, Bryn. It's been an amazing journey, and while I have been able to secure clients, it's been more of a freelance job than anywhere near a full-time. I actually work a full-time job right now. It's always been a dream of mine to make Lost Minds Visuals into something that could become full-time for me and hopefully employ the people I love, who are also artists. I want to take all the skills that I've learned, all the equipment that I've picked up, and be able to put it into this series. So no, it's not coming from a complete $0, but from now on, it will be from $0. Does that make sense? Hopefully. Okay, so now you know where I'm coming from, but what are my actual goals with this video production company? Those big goals are to work with my favorite artists. And that's always been a dream of mine, so I put it on there. Next one is to make consistent income. I want the company to do good in one way or another, whether that be me volunteering my time to do something good or donating to a charity. At some point, I want the company to do good. And the last one is making more portfolio work and pushing my animation skills. So I think for each week, I want to have a thing where I reach out to 50 artists, 5 to 20 editing jobs, try to at least work on a portfolio project every week. But at the moment, I've zero clients, zero work. Today, I'm just gonna come up with like a cold call DM. Poor DM, it's cold. I think I'm gonna use Instagram for pretty much all of the outreach to the artists. For me, all my work's on Instagram, so I don't even have to send people a link. The first thing I actually have to do when I start cold DMing people is find artists to DM, which honestly can take a minute if you don't know where to look. I usually try to find like a venue or like music playlist creator, and then they usually tag a bunch of artists in their posts. So I kind of just go from there, and then I go from artists and see if they tag any artists and kind of just like cycle through it. Okay, so now I have to actually write the DM that I'll be sending. Hi. Ms. Lassen. I think a name is good. I don't know if that's like cringy or not saying your name, but I'm just gonna mix it up every week and see which performs the best statistically, because math. Director, and then we're also gonna say animator because I want to try to get some remote clients. Hi, my name is Lassen and I'm a PNW-based music video director and animator. If you ever need any visuals, I'd love to work with you all. You can see more of my work on my profile. I think that sounds fine. I also try to listen to each band's music. Listening to new music is good, and to just make sure I know who I'm sending the message to. Yeah, these guys are cool. See, new band. No, not a new band. Okay, so just finished reaching out to 10 artists. I'm gonna try to apply to 5 freelance video editing jobs. I actually found that YT Jobs has a lot of really interesting jobs, like a lot of editing jobs that are pretty niche and awesome, but I know it's very competitive on there, so we'll see what results we get at the end of the week. And basically, I'm just gonna do the same thing every single day, Monday through Friday, and I will update you guys at the end of the week on the result. Pretty simple. I'm not gonna film me doing this every single time, so this, but every day. Okay.
So I thought he walks out of frame.
On this, I'm talking about a new shot.
No, this is a different one. This is not this
Oh,
one.
okay.
This
Sorry.
is repeat.
He's in this like area and there's like fire around him, like scribbles, and he's scared and the fire's about to get to him, and then all of a sudden he sees this bird and the bird flies above the fires, and so he feels less scared and he follows the bird and he starts running with the bird, and then he turns into a bird and they get to be birds together. And that's the idea we came up with. So after storyboarding, we actually decided to shoot the reference shots that day. Look at Taylor. Look at them go. And you may be wondering why we are shooting shot for shot, and that is because we actually plan to rotoscope over Taylor. Rotoscoping is basically where you take a video and you just draw over the video. It takes forever. As someone who's still learning animation, it makes a really good like reference guide for humans and animating humans. Anyways, let's just move on to the next thing. As I mentioned earlier, I want to improve, and animation is kind of my weak spot. So yes, I'm kind of lining myself up with a bunch of animation projects in hopes to improve. I just listened to A$AP Rocky's new album, and I knew I had to do something with it. And I've been really wanting to do something in Blender and live action, like mixing those two together. I used those restrictions to help me brainstorm an idea. I came up with something that would really fit with the A$AP Rocky vibe of like a little animated character kind of causing havoc in a Blender-made city. That's the basic of the video. I also just wanted to figure out the vibe for the video for today, and to do that I used Eye Candy. They're an awesome free visual library of video effects. I highly recommend checking them out and just using them for your projects. I use them for music videos and short films. Anyways, let's move on. You can't laugh at me.
I don't know.
Hi, my video
It's
camera.
gonna sound really stupid.
I don't think it'll sound stupid. I think it'll be really cute.
Here's the easiest way to add here's a super easy way to add some animation to your models without having to rig your character. Yay! I think we got it. Nice. I just have to edit that.
Here's how I made this subtle animation in a few minutes. The first thing I did was open Mixamo. It makes it really easy and it comes free with your Adobe. Okay, it's actually the end of the week rundown. Here we go. Okay, we reached out to 50 people, and out of those 50 DMs, we got 10 responses. Really stoked about. I think that's pretty good, especially for our first week. Out of those 10, we had 2 people want to schedule meetings, and a lot of those people talking about working in the future. So basically, we got some leads for the future, and hopefully those will turn into meetings in a later time. I've noticed a lot of people responding are actually talking about the animation and how they like the animation style we do, which is good because the portfolio projects I worked on were a lot of animation this week. So I think adding that to my portfolio will be good. Thing to improve is definitely advertise the animation more and maybe even run ads on it. Now the bad news. I did send out 20 video editing applications on YT Jobs and Indeed. And I got no responses. Say my portfolio does not reflect the business world very well, so honestly, it kind of makes sense. Well, I think people who are looking for a YouTube video editor want to see a successful YouTube video editor that has already had lots of views and has proven themselves, and that's just not something I have at the moment. So it kind of makes sense, but hopefully these videos will help me get better with YouTube, and I think that's the way to improve, is just try to make some longer form content and put that on the portfolio. If you know any people who need YouTube video editors, I could do it. Now onto the portfolio work. This week was pretty awesome. I got to work with one of my best friends. I struggle to collaborate sometimes with other artists, and it's a huge skill, and I think it's very important to be able to do that. And I think I made a lot of progress this week. I felt like both of our voices were heard, and experience-wise it was really valuable, and I think we're gonna have a cool portfolio piece to show for it. And on top of that, I came up with another idea for an ASAP Rocky music video. And I'm realizing I don't really know modeling very well. Like, while I was coming up with the idea, I'm like, I'll just use all these pre-made assets. I was like, no, we can't, no. I'm gonna learn modeling and try to actually use my own assets. Not for everything, but I think that's like important. So we made some leeway on the ASAP Rocky video. I think it's gonna be a really cool animation. We finished week 1. That's pretty sick. And hopefully next week I can just learn more, get better, and reach out to more people. So yeah, see you guys next week. Thank you for watching.